How do we actually stop scrolling? How do we finally stop mindlessly consuming content that keeps us in our comfort zone and continues to delay our goal? Many of you guys are too comfortable. If you clicked on this video, your attention span is atrocious. And the funny thing is that the people that need this advice the most are going to click off this video, probably in the first 30 seconds to a minute, even though they've clicked on a video on how to stop your content addiction and how to stop scrolling. So if you want to fix your attention span and stop controlling and stop staying in your comfort zone, stop always consuming, and start becoming a determined and disciplined individual who produces and who actually works and makes progress towards his goals, then you need to put this video, there's only one thing you need to do. Put this video on full screen and give me your full attention. Don't don't open any other tabs. Don't look at the sidebar. Don't scroll down to the comments. Don't do anything else in real life while watching this video. Put this on full screen and just give me your full attention. And I'm filming this video as someone who used to be addicted to his phone and I would always scroll every night before going to bed. I would always go on my phone first thing in the morning. I would be playing video games to 2, 3 a.m. That's why we never give our brains a break nowadays. We're always consuming something. That's why we feel so anxious. That's why our mental health, the mental health of this generation is like the lowest it's ever been in history, right? Because we do all these comfortable things that feel good, but ultimately, like in the long term, it worsens our lives. That's why I say, like, instant gratification just makes your life harder. You're like pretty much willingly making your life harder by scrolling, by doing the bad habits, by eating junk food. So there was a time where, quick little story, I found out like my brain was like broken. This is what happens, right? When you overly consume. So it was like a night in the middle of the week before work. I had work the next morning. I was working at a grocery store at the time, and I'm laying in bed and I'm telling myself tonight is finally going to be the night that I go to bed on time and wake up the next morning feeling good, feeling well rested. I'm going to have a great day. So I was like, enough is enough. Tonight is the night that I change. So I'm in bed trying to go to sleep, and my brain just won't shut off. Like my brain is like a racing storm of thoughts. I can't really think or I can't relax because I'm just feeling anxious. So many thoughts, so many memories are like going through my head. You guys know how that is. So my phone's in my bed, and I'm telling myself, I shouldn't go on my phone. The logical side of my brain knows the best play on the chessboard right now is to just relax, keep your eyes closed, and go to sleep. At least try to go to sleep. But something kicks in my brain. Something in my subconscious just takes control of my brain, and my arm reaches for the phone. I was in the bed. That's my mistake. I shouldn't have had my phone in my bed. I reach for my phone, I grab it, I open TikTok, I start scrolling, and I didn't even really consciously make that decision. I just like subconsciously, like a zombie, just reached and opened my phone and started scrolling. I know I'm making this story sound dramatic, but literally I didn't even choose to open my phone. Like it felt like something took control of my body. Anyway, I wake up, so I end up staying up to like 2, 3, 4 a.m. It was probably like 4 a.m. by the time I actually fell asleep. And then I wake up the next morning. I have to wake up at 8 for work. So I'm only on 4 hours of sleep. I wake up, I'm delirious. I don't know what's happening. Like my head is buzzing. I have a headache. I'm scrambling. I'm putting on my clothes. And on my way to work, I'm just thinking like, damn, like I really just messed up my sleep again. I really just disobeyed. I didn't do what I said I was going to do, which was getting a good night's sleep and being disciplined for once. Um and the rest of the day at work, I just kind of felt tired, bored, shame, guilt, just terrible. Like, I don't know, you just have, you know that feeling where you're like in school or at work and you just feel like this anxiety, like this pit in your chest or in your stomach, and you just feel like you just want to go home and do nothing. So how do we get out of this cycle? Well, the key is not to eliminate the bad habits, right? Because people are saying like, I have all these bad habits. I need to get rid of my bad habits. Like, what? How do I stop eating junk food? How do I stop consuming? How do I stop scrolling? Whatever it may be. The key is not to eliminate those habits. The key is to replace them. Instead of scrolling first thing in the morning and reaching for your phone, go on a walk. Like, go on a 15-minute walk. Your 15, 20-minute scroll, just go on a walk. Not only will that give you a great feeling because, you know, you're going to get sunlight, you're going to get some exercise, you're going to naturally wake up the way humans are supposed to wake up in the morning. Like for years we've woken up to the sun, but nowadays we wake up like by looking at our phone. So yeah, that's an example. Another example is trying to think of one that's realistic. Instead of, let's say, playing video games, read a book. And it doesn't even have to be a book. Go to the gym. Like, you're leveling up in your game, you're leveling up your skills in your game or whatever. Instead of that, you could level up your physique, level up your mental sharpness. And the key is to do activities and to do habits that actually require you to give your attention, your full attention to them, because your attention span is like a muscle. Your brain, your focus is like a muscle. So right now, you are doing like some bicep curls. You're doing some bench press for your brain right now. Like, you know, you go into the gym, you do bench press, you do curls, whatever it is. You're basically doing a mental workout right now. If you still have me on full screen and you're still watching this video, thank you so much, by the way. You have a high attention span. And the thing is, this video has no cuts. This video has barely any cuts, like no edits, no zoom ins, no B-roll. I usually make like these edited videos, but today I just wanted to have like a one-on-one talk with you and experiment with this new style. But also I did it by design because this whole video is about improving your attention span and stop consuming so much content. So thank you for watching this far. I was gonna say one more thing on that point I just made about doing things that require more attention and more of an attention span, and things like going on walks, reading books. You know, they're a little bit more boring. They release less dopamine in your brain, but they're going to ultimately focus. They're ultimately going to boost your mental focus and mental abilities. One more thing that you can do every single morning, first thing, not doesn't have to be first thing, but there's one more exercise, which is meditation. And I know what you're thinking right now. I know what a lot of people are thinking, like, ooh, meditation, it's very woo-woo, it's like everyone talks about it. I meditate every day. There's days I miss some days, I'm not gonna lie. But almost every day I will meditate, not because of some spiritual reason or because it's like just because I have to do it. I'm against doing things for the sake of doing things, but it boosts my focus so much. And why that's so valuable is because I like to make YouTube videos. I like to go exercise in the gym. I like to work on things, right? I like pretty much every day, like I have to sit down and focus at my desk or whatever for a long period of time, hours. And meditation boosts the ability. It reinforces my ability to sit down and do something that I don't want to do. So with meditation, it's really like a no-brainer. Basically how meditation works is you're going to sit down and you're going to just focus on your breath. And you're going to focus on your breath for however long you want. Start with 3 minutes, 5 minutes. And then whenever you notice like a stray thought coming into your mind, you start thinking about an old memory, or you start thinking about what you're going to do later in the day, just come back to the breath. You basically just see how long you can focus back to the breath. And the key is to catch yourself when you've lost focus. And then when you've done that, when you notice that after you've done meditation for a few days, when it's time to read a book, when it's time to study, when it's time to work on your business, you have so much more mental power and so much more focus ability. And it just reinforces your ability to stay on task. I know a lot of people watching this video aren't gonna do this. Like, the worst thing you can do is just watch more and more content and then not take action from it, because that just reinforces your content addiction. Consuming, listening to other people, but not taking action on it. So I want everyone watching this video right now, please just start meditating in the morning. Don't go on your phone first thing in the morning. Go on some walks. Do things that require more focus, because ultimately, if you have a goal that you're working towards, if you have something difficult, something purposeful, something fulfilling that takes a lot of effort, it's going to be so much more easier to exert that effort and implement the discipline that you want if you're able to sit down and focus on something difficult for a long period of time. Anyway, not to do too much more yapping. This was just kind of like a real, like, unfiltered talk between me and you. That's all I had to say for this video. Take care, guys.